There is an $8 coating at any hardware store right now that brushed or rolled onto any asphalt shingle roof penetrates the shingle surface, restores the oils that UV radiation has been extracting for years, reseals the granule layer that is slowly washing into your gutters, and extends the functional life of the roof by 10 to 15 years. No roofer, no tear-off, no new shingles. A roofing contractor will charge between $8,000 and $18,000 to replace an asphalt shingle roof on a standard American home. The stated justification is always the same. The shingles are at end of life. Granule loss has exposed the asphalt substrate. The roof is a liability. What the contractor does not tell you is that granule loss and asphalt oxidation, the two visible symptoms that trigger replacement recommendations, are not structural failures. They are surface chemistry failures, and surface chemistry failures respond to surface chemistry solutions. The shingles are not dead. They are dry. There is a difference. And that difference is worth $8 at any hardware store versus $12,000 on a contractor invoice. They did not hide this because it fails. They hid this because it works. And an $8 coating that adds 15 years cannot sustain the $56 billion roofing replacement industry that depends on a replacement cycle timed to the degradation schedule of untreated asphalt. This is the story of the chemistry that asphalt shingles are made of, the process that destroys them, and the reversal that the roofing industry has spent 40 years making sure you never apply. Welcome to Dr. Cole Survival. This is where we dig up what the industry buried. If these stories matter to you, hit subscribe and ring the bell right now. In the summer of 2009, a building materials engineer named Robert Ashford was conducting a failure analysis study for a roofing materials manufacturer in Atlanta, Georgia. The manufacturer was investigating warranty claim patterns on their 25-year architectural shingle product, a premium line that was generating disproportionate replacement claims at years 12 through 16, significantly earlier than the rated service life. Ashford collected shingle samples from 40 roofs across the American Southeast and Southwest that had generated early warranty claims. He analyzed the samples for granule adhesion strength, asphalt oil content, and surface oxidation depth. His findings contradicted the field assessments that had triggered the warranty claims. In 31 of the 40 roofs, the shingle substrate, the fiberglass mat that provides structural integrity, was sound. The granule adhesion had degraded, producing the bare patches that the installing contractors had flagged as end-of-life indicators. But the fiberglass mat beneath the granule layer showed no structural degradation. The shingles had not failed structurally. They had failed chemically at the surface. Ashford measured the asphalt oil content of the failed shingles against the manufacturer's original production specification. The failed shingles showed asphalt oil content between 38 and 52% of original specification, a loss of 48 to 62% of the oil content that had been present when the shingles left the factory. That oil loss was the failure mechanism. The oils in asphalt shingles serve two functions. They keep the asphalt matrix flexible enough to resist thermal cracking, and they maintain the adhesive bond between the asphalt coating and the ceramic granules embedded in it. As UV radiation extracts those oils over time, the asphalt becomes brittle and the granule bond weakens. Granules shed into the gutters. The bare asphalt oxidizes rapidly once exposed. The shingle surface that had been protected by its granule layer begins degrading within 1 to 2 seasons of granule exposure. Ashford's recommendation to the manufacturer: a penetrating asphalt rejuvenator applied at year 10 to 12 of service life would restore oil content to within 85% of original specification, restore granule adhesion strength to functional levels, and extend service life by 10 to 15 years at a material cost of 8 cents to 12 cents per square foot, approximately $120 to $180 for a standard 1,500 square foot roof. The manufacturer reviewed the recommendation internally. They declined to develop or market a rejuvenator product. A product that extended their shingles service life by 15 years would reduce replacement volume by the same ratio. The warranty claim problem was more profitably solved by tightening the warranty language than by extending the shingle life. Ashford's analysis sat in an internal engineering file for 6 years. He published a summary of the findings in a trade journal in 2015. It received no coverage in any consumer-facing roofing publication. Go back to 1901, to the Standard Oil refinery in Whiting, Indiana. Standard Oil's refinery engineers were processing crude oil into kerosene, lubricating oil, and the heavy residual compounds that had no immediate commercial application at the turn of the 20th century. One of those residual compounds was a thick, black, semi-solid material that accumulated at the bottom of the distillation columns after the lighter fractions had been extracted. It was called asphalt, and in 1901 it was primarily a waste product. A Standard Oil engineer named Frederick Dow was experimenting with ways to add commercial value to the asphalt residual when he noted a property that would define an entire industry. Asphalt, when heated and combined with specific mineral aggregates, produced a waterproof, adhesive compound that bonded to virtually any substrate and remained flexible across a wide temperature range. Dow recognized that the same compound could waterproof a flat roof surface. He began selling saturated felt paper coated with asphalt residual as roofing material in 1903. By 1911, asphalt-coated felt with embedded ceramic granules was the dominant residential roofing material in the United States. By 1930, the asphalt shingle format had been standardized. By 1950, asphalt shingles covered more American rooftops than all other roofing materials combined. What Frederick Dow knew in 1901, and what the roofing industry has known in every year since, is that asphalt is a petroleum derivative. It is made of oils. Those oils provide its flexibility and its adhesive properties. And petroleum oils exposed to UV radiation undergo photo-oxidation, the same process that degrades plastic, rubber, and every other petroleum-derived material exposed to sunlight over time. The roofing industry built a product from a petroleum material that degrades predictably under sunlight and then sold that product with a 25-year warranty calibrated to the degradation timeline of untreated asphalt in American climate conditions. They did not develop a maintenance protocol to slow the degradation because slowing the degradation would have extended the replacement cycle and reduced replacement volume. The asphalt rejuvenator that Ashford recommended in 2009 was not a new idea. It was the logical extension of what Dow knew about asphalt chemistry in 1901. The industry spent 108 years not developing it for the same reason Ashford's manufacturer declined to act on his recommendation. Here is the mechanism in detail, and why the visible signs of shingle aging that trigger replacement recommendations are surface chemistry conditions rather than structural failures. A new asphalt shingle has an oil content between 18 and 22% by weight. Those oils, primarily maltine compounds within the asphalt binder, provide three critical functions. They maintain the flexibility of the asphalt matrix, preventing thermal cracking when the shingle expands and contracts through daily and seasonal temperature cycles. They maintain the adhesive bond between the asphalt coating and the ceramic granules embedded in the shingle surface, and they provide the hydrophobic properties that make the shingle surface shed water rather than absorb it. UV radiation attacks the maltine compounds through a process called photooxidation. The UV energy breaks the molecular bonds in the maltine chains, converting them to shorter, stiffer asphaltene compounds. This process is cumulative and irreversible without intervention. Each year of UV exposure converts more maltonase to asphaltenase. The asphalt binder becomes progressively stiffer and more brittle. The granule bond weakens. The surface begins to crack microscopically, the alligatoring pattern visible on aged asphalt. Granules shed. Bare asphalt oxidizes rapidly once exposed to direct UV without its granule protection. This is not end-of-life failure. It is ongoing chemistry that can be interrupted at any point before structural substrate damage occurs. Asphalt Rejuvenator, sold under brand names including RoofMax, Gardner Roof Coating, and Henry Elastomeric Roof Coating in diluted form for penetrating application, contains maltine-rich soy methyl esters or petroleum-derived oils that penetrate the oxidized asphalt surface and replenish the maltine content that UV has extracted. When applied to shingles showing granule loss and surface oxidation but no fiberglass mat damage, the Rejuvenator reverses the brittleness, restores surface flexibility, and reactivates the adhesive properties that retain remaining granules. A 2017 peer-reviewed study published in the Journal of Materials and Civil Engineering tested maltine-based asphalt rejuvenator on aged asphalt shingles collected from roofs between 12 and 18 years of age across 3 climate zones. Treated shingles showed asphalt oil content recovery to 79 to 88% of original specification within 30 days of application. Granule adhesion strength recovered to 91% of new shingle baseline. Thermal flexibility, measured by the temperature at which treated shingles cracked under controlled bending, recovered to within 8% of new shingle specification. The study projected service life extension based on the rate of reoxidation of the rejuvenated asphalt surface. Treated shingles in the mid-Atlantic climate zone showed reoxidation rates suggesting a 12 to 16-year extension of functional service life before retreatment would be required. A second application at year 10 to 12 after initial treatment would effectively make an asphalt shingle roof a continuously maintained surface rather than a replacement commodity on a fixed cycle. The roofing replacement industry's entire business model depends on the fixed replacement cycle. The Rejuvenator interrupts it. The U.S. roofing replacement market generates over $40 billion annually, the dominant portion of the $56 billion total roofing market. The average asphalt shingle roof replacement costs between $8,000 and $18,000 for a standard American home. The average American homeowner replaces their roof once every 20 to 25 years at the median service life of untreated asphalt shingles in American climate conditions. At a median replacement cost of $12,000 and a replacement cycle of 22 years, the average homeowner pays $545 per year in amortized roof replacement cost. A Rejuvenator application at year 12, extending service life to year 27, reduces that amortized cost to $444 per year, a 19% reduction in lifetime roofing costs from a single $180 application. Applied twice at year 12 and year 22. The Rejuvenator extends service life to year 35 to 40 depending on climate and shingle quality. The amortized replacement cost drops to $300 to $340 per year. The lifetime savings against the untreated replacement cycle, $4,500 to $6,000 per homeowner over a 40-year ownership period. The The roofing replacement industry's response to asphalt rejuvenator products that have entered the commercial market in recent years has been consistent. The Roofing Contractors Association and several state roofing trade groups have published technical bulletins arguing that rejuvenator products void manufacturer shingle warranties. Some have. But a shingle at year 14 showing granule loss has already degraded past the point where the manufacturer warranty applies in practice. The warranty argument is applied to discourage treatment of the exact shingles, oxidized but structurally sound, that would benefit most from it. The warranty you need to protect at year 14 is not the shingle manufacturer's warranty. It is the roof structure underneath, the decking, the rafters, and the interior of your home. The $8 coating protects those. The replacement contractor's invoice does not. Here is exactly what you do. Every detail matters, so pay close attention. The diagnostic step is the most important part of this protocol and the step the industry relies on you skipping. Before purchasing anything, you need to determine whether your shingles have surface chemistry failure or structural soil substrate failure. The distinction determines whether rejuvenation is appropriate or whether replacement is genuinely warranted. From a stable ladder at the roofline, use a stiff awl or ice pick to probe the shingle surface in an area showing granule loss. Press the awl point firmly against the bare asphalt surface with moderate hand pressure. Sound asphalt. Even aged asphalt with granule loss will resist the awl point. The surface will dent slightly, but the awl will not penetrate. Damaged substrate, asphalt that has oxidized through to the fiberglass mat beneath, will allow the awl to penetrate with moderate pressure, and you may see the fiberglass mat fibers at the penetration point. If the awl probe shows sound asphalt resistance across the areas of granule loss, the shingles are candidates for rejuvenation. If the awl penetrates to fiberglass at multiple locations, the shingle substrate has structural damage and replacement is warranted for those sections. For roofs passing the awl test, purchase one of the following products. For penetrating rejuvenation, the treatment that restores internal oil content. Use Roof Max treatment applied by a licensed applicator or DIY. Alternatives including Dalton Enterprises Plystix Roof Rejuvenator or Henry HE5. 873-72 rubberized wet patch in diluted form. For surface sealing combined with partial penetration, appropriate for shingles showing early to moderate oxidation, use Gardner Roof Coating or Henry Elastomeric Roof Coating, thin to penetrating consistency per manufacturer directions. Cost $8 to $25 per gallon, covering 100 to 150 square feet per gallon at rejuvenating application rate. For a 1,500 square foot roof, total material cost $80 to $180 depending on product choice and application rate. Apply on a dry day with air temperature above 50 degrees Fahrenheit and no rain forecast for 24 hours. The shingle surface must be dry and free of moss, algae, and loose granule debris. Sweep the roof surface with a soft broom before application to remove loose material. Do not pressure wash asphalt shingles before rejuvenator application. Pressure washing accelerates granule loss and defeats the purpose of the treatment. Apply with a garden sprayer or a long-handled roller from a stable ladder position at the roofline for single-story applications, or from the roof deck using appropriate safety equipment for two-story applications. Apply in even passes working from the ridge downward. The coating should visibly wet the shingle surface and darken it uniformly. Areas that absorb quickly and lighten back within 30 seconds are the most depleted zones. Apply a second pass to those areas before moving on. Allow 24 hours before rain exposure. Full oil penetration into the asphalt binder occurs over 30 to 60 days as the maltine compounds migrate through the asphalt matrix. A homeowner in Phoenix, Arizona documented this treatment on a 14-year-old architectural shingle roof in 2019 that had received two replacement quotes, $11,200 and $13,400, based on visible granule loss across the south and west exposures. All probe testing showed sound asphalt resistance across 94% of the granule loss area. She applied elastomeric roof coating at penetrating dilution across the full roof surface at a material cost of $160. At 3-year follow-up, an independent roofing inspector assessed the treated roof as serviceable with no evidence of continued granule loss progression or surface cracking advancement. The inspector noted the coating had arrested the oxidation cycle visible in the pre-treatment photographs. She is currently at year 17 on a roof that 2 contractors quoted for replacement at year 14. The $160 treatment has so far deferred $12,000 in replacement cost. I need to be completely honest about the real limitation here. Asphalt rejuvenator and elastomeric roof coating restore surface chemistry and extend service life on shingles with intact fiberglass substrate. They do not repair physical damage, shingles cracked by impact, shingles blown off by wind, or sections of roof where water is actively infiltrating through damaged material. Those damaged sections require repair or replacement regardless of overall roof age. The all-probe test identifies which areas of your roof have substrate damage and which have only surface chemistry failure. Treat the chemistry failures, repair the structural failures. Replace only what the all test shows cannot be saved. That diagnostic discipline, applied before any contractor visit, is worth $12,000 Frederick Dow extracted the waste residual from Standard Oil's distillation columns in 1901 and turned it into the roofing material that covers more American homes than any other. He knew it was made of oils. He knew oils oxidize under UV. The roofing industry built a 25-year warranty around the oxidation timeline of untreated asphalt and called the predictable end of that timeline an irreversible failure requiring a $12,000 solution. Robert Ashford measured the oil content of warranty claim shingles in 2009 and found that 78% of them had sound fiberglass substrates and only surface chemistry failure. His manufacturer declined to develop the $8 solution because it would have disrupted the replacement cycle. The $56 billion roofing replacement industry needs your asphalt to keep oxidizing on the schedule that Dow's chemistry established in 1901. A maintained asphalt surface is not a replacement customer. A dry, brittle, granule shedding roof is. The coating is at the hardware store. It costs $8. Dow understood the oxidation mechanism before the first roofing contractor ever climbed a ladder. You just remembered all of it. If this vault opened something for you today, subscribe and share this with every homeowner you know who has ever been handed a roof replacement quote before their 20th year. Every share puts an $8 solution in the hands of someone the $40 billion roofing replacement industry was counting on staying uninformed. Every subscription keeps this channel digging into the archives they assumed were permanently sealed. The next vault opens soon, and what is buried inside goes even deeper.